What are you doing in my swamp?
Hello everybody, this is Ogre Boy, and I'm going to be doing my review for the 2009 movie Rob Zombie's Halloween 2. So, this is a sequel to his 2007 remake of Halloween, and it picks up right where the 2007 movie ended and everything. Michael is being transported to the morgue and stuff, and the people driving and stuff hit a cow and everything, and Michael just kind of gets out of the car and leaves. He goes on his own and everything, walking, drifting through the wilderness and stuff, living as a hobo and everything, and then we see Lori in this hospital and stuff, and she's out. Michael shows up there and is chasing her and everything, and then she wakes up and everything. We find out like the first 25 minutes of the movie is like a dream sequence and stuff, which I don't know if all of it was, because I think the stuff where Michael escaped and stuff wasn't a dream sequence, but like the stuff with Lori being in the hospital and all that and Michael chasing her was the dream sequence. But it picks up 2 years later, and she's living with Sheriff Brackett and Annie, and is suffering really bad with PTSD, yeah, and having a really hard time trying to move on and everything. And meanwhile, Dr. Loomis has written a book and stuff and is going on tour and everything, promoting his book and exploiting the entire incident of the first movie and everything to make profit. And there's even a crazy scene where Linda's dad from the first movie, which he wasn't in the first movie, but Linda from the first movie, her dad shows up at one of his book signings and wants to kill him and stuff. And I don't know the actor's name. I've seen him in other stuff, and the only thing that I ever really remember him from, though, is he played Sharpay and Ryan's dad in the High School Musical movies. But he gives a really great performance in that scene and everything. But it was a really emotional moment and everything. But I love how, like, throughout the movie, people are like questioning Dr. Loomis, like saying, "Are you sick? You're just profiting off a tragedy and stuff." And I think it was his way of coping with everything he went through and his own traumas and stuff and everything. He was trying to I don't know that he was just doing it just to be a jerk, but there was hints of how he was going to turn out in the first movie and stuff. Like you kind of see where he was talking about Michael Myers and stuff in the first movie, and a lot of that you see in this one. But I think this is a really crazy movie for the most part, but it is really good. There is also this really weird subplot where when Michael's drifting and stuff, he sees this vision of his mom in a white horse and a younger version of himself, which isn't played by the same kid from the first one. I cannot remember it. I never can pronounce his name, and I always forget what his name is. But the kid in this one, Chase Wright Vanek, is pretty good as young Michael. I think he's fine. I don't like him as much as the kid from the first one, but he's not terrible and everything. But the visions with his mom and stuff is weird. I think that they were just written in there so that Sherry Moon Zombie could be in the movie, because Rob Zombie wants to have her in every movie he directs and everything, which doesn't really bother me. I like Sherry Moon Zombie. I don't know that I'd want to watch her in stuff outside of Rob Zombie's stuff or not, because she hasn't really done stuff outside of it. But I love her work in his movies. And although she doesn't really have a lot to do in this one, she's just kind of there walking around and talking to Michael a little bit. But it's really weird. I never fully understood. I don't think most people do. I don't know what Rob Zombie was thinking when he added the white horse and stuff, but it doesn't bother me. I know it bothers a lot of people and stuff. I think it's weird, but it don't bother me and everything. It's part of the movie, so it's a thing. But I don't get the hate for it. But like with the first one, this one has a really stacked cast. A lot of them are cameos and stuff by some of his regulars. You got Richard Brake in here as one of the coroners and stuff. I liked him a lot, and everything. I love Richard Brake's performances in his movies. He's always really weird and creepy, and I don't know if it's just because he's a weird and creepy dude, or if that's just the characters he's been typecast as, because he was on The Mandalorian and he was really crazy and everything. I was like, man, if they would have kept him on The Mandalorian and not kill him off 5 minutes after he showed up in that episode, he would have been a really awesome Star Wars villain. I actually would love to see some show where he's one of the main villains of the show, because he was really great in there. But anyway, back to this. Sorry, I got a little carried away there. But I think he was really, really good in the little bit of screen time we get. It's, like I said, it's pretty much just a cameo, but it's great. And you get a cameo from Weird Al Yankovic playing himself. He's like on this talk show that Loomis is on and everything. The little bit of screen time he's on there, he's just absolutely hilarious. I love Weird Al. He's been one of my favorite singers and stuff ever since I was a kid. I've always loved Weird Al and everything. So him being in, well, actually I was more of a teenager when I started really listening to him. I had heard a few songs before, so I guess technically I lied. I was a teenager, but I love Weird Al, and his little cameo just makes the movie a little bit better and everything. But it's kind of weird seeing Weird Al, who's like so wholesome and stuff, of being in something as dark and vulgar as a zombie Halloween movie. But he doesn't really do anything. He acts like Weird Al and everything. Yeah, I love it. But of course he acts like Weird Al because he's playing himself. But and the cameo by Octavia Spencer before she really hit it big and stuff was cool too. I love Octavia Spencer and everything that I've seen her in, so that was cool too. And Margot Kidder is in here. I think she's the one that plays Laurie's therapist, and she's really good as well and everything. She gives a good performance, and there's some really crazy stuff with Laurie in this movie. Like she has this really bad attitude because of her PTSD and stuff, which is realistic. That stuff like that does mess with your mood and the way. I mean, I have experience with PTSD, so I can get a lot of stuff that she went through. Everything. I've never kind of lost it like she has, but it had in this movie. But I can see it, and I've seen people. I've been around people that have it, that have had reactions like she does and everything. So it's a really realistic portrayal, and Rob Zombie did a really great job writing that and everything. Like the portrayal of the PTSD was written very well. And there was some really great performances in here out of the main cast and stuff. You got Brad Dourif back as Sheriff Brackett, and personally I think him and Scout Taylor Compton, who plays Laurie, both gave Oscar-worthy performances in this movie. Both of them were excellent in here, and I think they were both even better in this movie than they were the last one. Danielle Harris is once again amazing as always, and I think she was even better in this one as well. But especially Scout Taylor Compton, though, she was, her portrayal of Laurie in this was just, it's so realistic and everything. And I absolutely loved her performance in this movie and everything. Like as young as the character is supposed to be, she's only supposed to be like 17 years old. So like all this stuff she's going through, she's not gonna know how to cope with everything, and they did such a great job writing it and everything. And the scene when Annie dies and stuff in her arms is just heartbreaking, and her performance in that scene is amazing. And then you get the scene when Sheriff Brackett sees Annie, finds Annie's body and stuff, and he's just Brad Dourif's performance in that scene alone should have gotten him an Oscar nomination for Best Supporting Actor. He was just amazing in that scene and everything. And Michael's story and stuff, I'm not as crazy for her in this movie. That's one thing that I do somewhat agree with on the criticisms. Like, I don't really care for Hobo Michael very much, although I did think it was cool that he ate a dog, even though it was really disgusting and stuff. You don't see stuff like that in movies very often, so gotta give them props for actually going there and doing crazy stuff. Not that I think eating dogs are cool, because that just is disgusting. I'm not a dog person anyway, but I wouldn't want to eat one. I did feel bad for the dog and everything. I don't, like I said, I'm not a dog person, but I don't hate dogs and everything. I like some dogs, like this little fart over here, but yeah, this is one of those movies that a lot of people hate it. Most people say that do like it say that it's a good movie, but it's not a good Halloween movie. And to an extent I agree, but at the same time I love what they did with Laurie and her portrayal. Personally, I think out of all the portrayals we've seen of Laurie's aftermath with Michael Myers, even the two with Jamie Lee, or three with Jamie Lee Curtis technically, I guess, because if you count Halloween 2 from 81, I personally feel like this one does it the best, because it's the most realistic and stuff to me. Although the one from H2O was also really pretty realistic as well. But I love this movie. I think it's really, really well made, beautiful cinematography, and great cast. There's some good songs in here and stuff, and everything. Yeah, I love like the honky tonk Halloween song that's in there, that's playing during the Halloween party that Laurie goes to and stuff. I love that song. It's really catchy and stuff. They play it during the end credits too and everything. I just really enjoy this movie. I think it's really good, and so I'd say I'd give Rob Zombie's Halloween 2 an 8.5 out of 10. I think I actually like it a little bit more than the first one. It's just a really great sequel, and it's going to be pretty high on my ranking when I re-rank them and everything. I think I've actually I'm probably going to have it higher than I have in my previous ranking before, but I think Rob Zombie's Halloween 2 is a really great sequel, and it's really underrated. A lot of people didn't like it. It didn't do very good in theaters, and I don't know very many people that liked it, but like I said, Rob Zombie is one of those, you either love him or hate him, and this is one of those movies that does get a lot of hate and everything, but it is a really good story and everything. It is kind of hard to watch and stuff, watching the characters go through the hard stuff that they're having to go through, but at the same time it's also realistic, so it doesn't bother me. But anyway, let me know in the comments what you think of Rob Zombie's Halloween 2, and I hope you enjoyed this. Also, this video was supposed to be a collab with my friend Chelsey from Love The Grunge, and she wasn't able to do it because we were having technical difficulties, like with the first video, or because of the first video for the first movie. So I think she's going to do a video talking about this one at some point on her channel. If she does, I'll leave a link to it on whatever my next video is after she does that one. But definitely recommend checking out her channel. She has a lot of cool videos on there and everything. She's a pretty awesome person and everything. I love her videos, and she's a really sweet girl, so definitely check out her channel. Leave a link in the comments below and everything. And also for day 11 of my 31 Days of Horror, I was going to be doing Creepshow, and I might still be able to do it, but I found out my copy that I have on DVD is really messed up. I didn't know it because I had just got it from a family member and stuff, so I might have to postpone Creepshow and do something else, but I'll find out for sure later. I'm gonna go down to the library and see if they have a copy of it where I could check it out, because it's not on streaming where I could get it for free, watch it for free. So but yeah, I just wanted to let y'all know that. So Jamie Smoss, if I'm not able to do it yet, I am going to buy a new copy of Creepshow at some point anyway, because I love the movie and everything. Spoiler for that review, but I haven't seen it since I was a kid, so I'm looking forward to revisiting it and talking about it. But I just wanted to let y'all know, and Jamie Smoss, you recommended me to do that video, so, and it is still going to happen. It just might not be as soon as I was expecting it to be, but I'm hoping to get it checked out from the library and stuff. So if I can, then I'll definitely review it. If not, then as soon as I get a DVD copy of it, I'll try to get it watched and reviewed. But anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and have a good day, everybody.